What's going on? My name is Jack Jones. I am a photographer and videographer, and in 2016 I thru hiked the Appalachian Trail. I just finished riding my bike from Mexico to Canada, and now I'm about to hike from Canada back to Mexico on the Continental Divide Trail. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you can stick around for the whole thru hike. Alright, I am walking into Glacier National Park now from East Glacier. This is the official start of my hike. I don't really feel excited or anything. I guess since I've done this before, like, there's not a lot to be afraid of and not a lot to worry about. I know I just gotta walk, so that's what I'm gonna do. It is 10 miles to Two Medicine, which is a campground that's right on Two Medicine Lake. So that'll be nice tonight. Beautiful wildflowers right now. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful out here. It was a really hot day, got up into the 90s, but water was plentiful, so that was nice. Just as long as you drink plenty of water, everything was fine. That is some good, clean, cold water. The bugs in Glacier this time of year are just really bad. Anytime you stop, you're just covered in mosquitoes. And in order to hike in Glacier National Park, you have to get permits for the backcountry campgrounds. And it was easier for me to get permits going south to north, so that's why I'm going from East Glacier to Chief Mountain right now, rather than Chief Mountain back to East Glacier. Look at that. Bunch of hikers right up there. So far away. So down there is Two Medicine Campground. That's where I'm staying tonight. That's the lake. And I think that mountain is Two Medicine, I'm not too sure. So remember the little dots from before? Those are these people. I caught up to them. It is day 2. I did 13.3 miles yesterday. That's including all the town walking and other stuff. About 11 trail miles. And then came into camp, met up with another CDT hiker. He's doing a section, so we're gonna do this section and probably the Bob Marshall Wilderness together, just for bear protection. And then feeling pretty good. Yesterday had all the normal aches that come with the first day of backpacking. Shoulders really hurt, hips started hurting, but slept like a rock last night. And now I'm feeling pretty good. Doing a climb right now, about 2,400 feet, not too bad. And then after that, it's all downhill to my next camp, so it's a pretty easy day. And the scenery is just absolutely gorgeous. Hey, bear!
I think this is bear scat. It's just kind of big with lots of fur in it.
We climbed another pass in the morning with arguably the absolute best views along the whole glacier section of the CDT. Just glacial lakes on every side. And all of these lakes were carved when the glaciers receded from the last ice age, so that's what you're seeing, the remnants of those glaciers. Hey, fat little guy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're big and fat. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, you want to lick the sweat off my leg?
They get their daily salt content. Is he still licking you?
Yeah. You like that, buddy?
He's done this before.
Yeah, this is not his first rodeo.
Totally interesting.
Standing up.
I've never seen anything like this, man. Usually these guys just run. Right behind you.
Yeah, there. I was just in Tucson on the Arizona Trail earlier.
Did you hike the whole thing?
I biked it. It was horrible biking.
Yeah.
What's your trail name?
I'm an optimist.
And what's your real name?
Jesse.
Jesse, cool.
I started July 7th up at Chief Mountain. Got lucky. Was able to have a continuous southbound pass and not get screwed over on permits. St. Mary's Falls was awesome. Make sure you take your time through that area. I actually camped on top of the pass.
Oh, cool.
Because my body was saying no to the campsite.
Yeah, okay.
I couldn't walk one more step. I've seen a ton of wildlife, but no predators yet. 2 mountain goats, 2 bighorn sheep, just walking right along the side of a huge snowfield, just like that one.
Yes.
I know. I'm happy southbounding the CDT because I'll hit.
You're gonna hit that bat,
Colorado
yeah,
and
another shot.
Like late August, all the way through early September, like all the way through mid to late September. So.
Alright, made it up to the top of Triple Divide Pass. So the Triple Divide Pass is pretty cool because water that melts up here from the snow melt will drain off into the Atlantic Ocean over here through like the Columbia River. It'll drain off to the Pacific Ocean through the Mississippi and the Missouri, and it'll also drain off into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's a really cool spot where just, the snow that melts right here is feeding into all these oceans on the different coasts that we have. Now I use a filter out here most of the time, even on clear streams and creeks, just to be safe. But this is a spring, and it's feeding right from the glacial melt, so I'm just going to drink this without a filter. This is pretty safe water to drink. Great water. So I decided to start in mid-July rather than mid-June because there was so much snow up north, and even then I'm still carrying microspikes. Had to use it here. We didn't really have to, but it made it a lot easier, but it wasn't really dangerous without it.
Yeah, I'm putting on this place too.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty slick and steep.
Yeah, it's nice and slick.
Yeah. Cam it on there. These microspikes works pretty well. Even if I just use it right now, it was worth the 30 bucks. Check out this bear print. Doesn't look like it's a huge bear, but you can see his talons, his claws. Probably pretty fresh. So Glacier has grizzlies, and this is my first time in grizzly country, and when you're walking through this like waist-high undergrowth, that's all you're thinking about is where are the grizzlies and are they gonna just pop out and eat me? But you just gotta make noise, make sure that they know you're there, and of course we all have bear spray, so if we do encounter a grizzly, hopefully the bear spray will deter it. In the backcountry in Glacier, we have these privies. So when you're at camp, you're supposed to pee in here and do your other business. They're really not too bad. They smell much better than the privies on the AT. And then when you get to camp, the first thing you should do is hang all of your food and anything else that has a scent to it, and that's to just keep it out of reach of the bears. So hopefully if the bears can't get to it, they won't come around camp. But if bears get habituated to finding food at camp, you're going to have grizzlies prowling your camps at night, and that is no good for anybody.
A little bit cold. Oh man. Yeah, you're gonna need that sun to get it out.
Alright, that's enough. Woo! Refreshing, but really, really cold.
Stop, stop, stop. Heavy rain, drop, drop here. What just what? All the rain and night light, so loud and clear. What just felt your
So it's day 4. I'm having breakfast near Red Eagle Creek. Pretty easy day today. It's about 15 miles, but not a lot of elevation gain or loss, mostly flat alongside St. Mary's Lake. And breakfast is a mixture of huel and chia seeds. It's about 800 calories, a ton of fiber, a lot of good fats. And I think I'm in bear country today. I'm seeing a lot of berries. We saw quite a few tracks, quite a few scat yesterday. So got to be really careful today, make a lot of noise, and just kind of go a little bit slower and have better awareness of the surroundings. But it's a really gorgeous day. All the wildflowers are in bloom, and there's just red and purple and blue flowers everywhere. It's really pretty out today. Hey, bear! Hey, bear! It was another scorching day, but then we came across these waterfalls. First, Virginia Falls right here, and then St. Mary's Falls, and we saw all of these people jumping off the bridge. So then Will jumped off first, and of course I followed, because you gotta do it. This thick undergrowth is really, really annoying. Makes it really hard to see. Probably the most likely place to encounter a bear, because there's berries around. You can't see anything, and it scratches up my legs horribly. So I gotta go buy some pants when I get to East Glacier. But just gotta deal with it. So I'm dealing with it. That's Jackson Glacier off in the distance. You can see it is almost all the way melted now. Look at the difference, 1911, 2009, 2018. It's day 5. I am currently walking up Peigan Pass. It's been a little bit of a climb, not too bad, like 2,000 feet. The climbs out here really are quite easy. Overall, the hiking is quite easy. But today is a big day. Got to do about 26 miles, making it to Mini Glacier, which will be a nice break. Get to eat some real food there, hopefully. And then after that, it's another 10 miles through the Ptarmigan Tunnel, which should be an interesting, it's just like a hiker tunnel through the mountain, and then into Elizabeth Lake with our campsite, which apparently there are moose that like to swim there in the morning, so hopefully see some moose tomorrow morning. Let's see what happened today. So this morning I woke up, it was a pretty cold morning, and I felt the need to fart, so I farted, but turns out I shat myself. So then luckily it wasn't very bad. And there's a river close by, so I was able to go and clean up myself and clean up my clothes. But first time for everything out here. And I bet you if almost all long distance hikers have a story like that at some point. But that's my embarrassing story for the day. Beautiful, beautiful day again. Whew. Not too bad, not very dangerous. Get some chia seeds. Really looking forward to some real food. Yeah, I still have half a jar of peanut butter to eat, so. So about half my day is done. I'm at Mini Glacier, got some burritos, so I microwaved those, got an orange, and got some trail magic from a former AT Thru hiker. She gave me a little bottle of Coke, so shout out to, I think Parrot Axe was her name. I couldn't quite catch it, is it Petro Axe or Parrot Axe, something like that. But that's always nice to meet former Thru hikers and get some trail magic. But I'm gonna eat all these. They've got a soft serve machine inside, $2.50 for like as much ice cream as you can fill up. So I'm gonna fill that up to the top, eat that, and then just power up the mountain 10 more miles. It's still cold, parts of it, but it's still really good. The tunnel is up there, just about a mile away, and then it's 2 to 3 miles down, and then less than 2 to the campground. So not too much further to go. I'm sitting at Ptarmigan Lake. This water is so cold, it almost hurts, but it's really good for painful feet. And here it is. Let's see what's on the other side. Wow. Incredible. It's 7 p.m. now, about 2 miles away from my camp. Look how bright it is still. Sitting here at Lake Elizabeth, did 26 miles today. Now I can hear the waves gently crashing. Feel totally relaxed. Really worth it. This is what makes thru hiking worthwhile. Oh, there's a moose. Wow. Look at how big he is. Where's he going? Now to try to sneak around him on the trail. Day 6 started off rainy and cold, but at least it wasn't too many miles and it was mostly flat. It's cold and rainy, also super muddy, kind of rivers of horse shit everywhere. But as long as you keep moving, I can stay warm and really close to the trailhead now. So be able to go into town, get a shower, do some laundry, get some real food, use the internet. So not a bad day for it to be raining. Probably the best day for it to rain if I had to choose any of these days. Had amazing weather this whole week, so really can't complain. Just a couple more miles up and I'll be done with the glacier section. Oh, there's Canada again. I was just here. And here's the CDT monument. Take a quick picture and go find somewhere dry. Here it is, international boundary. And the downside of going north when you're doing a southbound hike is you then have to try and hitch all the way back down to your start point. Oh, the joys of through hiking! A beautiful ride though. After about 3 hours and 3 different hitches, we eventually made it back to East Glacier, and then I had to take an unexpected zero because the boxes didn't get delivered to my hostel, and that's what I'm doing now, just taking my zero, editing video, and getting ready to head out into the Bob Marshall Wilderness tomorrow. I'll be putting out regular video updates as I hike. And if you want a more real-time look at my journey, you can follow my Instagram. So we're trying to hitch in Browning over here, and we saw like a million emergency vehicles go over here. And now we see the smoke. And it looks like a train wreck or a train hit a vehicle. Look at that smoke out there. That's crazy.